Good morning, students. Now we are going to start with the topic sources of energy. It's our 14th chapter in science, that is sources of energy. As we were discussing about the conventional sources of energy. जैसा कि हम conventional sources के बारे में discuss कर रहे थे. So what are conventional sources of energy? Can you tell me? The conventional sources are those sources which give us a large amount of energy, जिनसे हमें बहुत ज्यादा amount में energy मिलती है. Those are said to be the conventional sources of energy. So already we have discussed two. This is first, this one is second. That we get the energy from fossil fuels. So fossil fuels are also the conventional source of energy that we have already discussed in our last class. So now we are going. After that we have discussed thermal power plant. We can say the power plant where the electricity is generated from the heat, where the electricity is generated from the heat energy, and that heat energy is again produced by the fossil fuels. Clear to you? So now third we are going to start with the hydropower plant. We are going to start with the topic hydropower plant. So hydropower plants are also a conventional source of energy. ये भी हमारे पास क्या होते हैं? Conventional source of energy. Because most of our energy requirement, or we can say electricity requirement, it is met by the hydropower plants. It is met by the hydropower plant. So see what happens in case of hydropower plant. In this process, the water flows through the rivers. In this way, the water flows through the rivers. As this water is flowing through the rivers, so on the rivers, the large dams are constructed. The large dams are constructed. What we can say, the high-rise dams are constructed to obstruct the flow of water. So here, highly rising dams are constructed to we can say to obstruct this flow of the river. If the flow of the river is going in this direction, so this dam it will obstruct the flow of this water. यानी ये इसे क्या करेगा, इस flow में रुकावट create करेगा. Is that clear? And the water will be stored at a very high level. The water will be stored in the dam at a very high level. In this way, what will happen? The kinetic energy, the flowing water of the river is having the kinetic energy. This kinetic energy of the water gets converted to the potential energy, or we can say the energy stored in the water due to the height. Because this water gets stored at a height. ये जो water है ये एक height पे जाकर के store हो जाता है. That's why what we can say, the kinetic energy which is present in the flowing water, जो flowing water के अंदर जो kinetic energy present है, that gets converted to the potential energy. And this potential energy, what we can say, after this potential energy will again be converted into the kinetic energy. After that, this potential energy, this water, it will be allowed to fall on these turbines which are fitted at the bottom of the dam. यहाँ पर डैम के बॉटम पे कुछ टर्बाइंस फिटेड होते हैं, एंड वी कैन से दिस वाटर इज अलाउड टू फॉल ऑन द टर्बाइंस. As this water will fall on the turbines, these turbines they will start rotating in this direction. कि जैसे ही ये we can say water इन turbines पर आकर गिरेगा, ये क्या करेंगे, इस तरह से rotate करना start करेंगे. And we can say this rotational energy will be created, or we can say mechanical energy is created here. Now this energy is connected, transformed to the dynamo, and this dynamo will change this mechanical energy to the electrical energy, and this electrical energy is stored in our power stations, or we can say in our power houses. Okay students, now let's see again. एक बार दोबारा से हम इसे repeat करते हैं. The high-rising dams are constructed to obstruct the flow of water. कि high-rising dams construct किए जाते हैं to obstruct the flow of the water. And the kinetic energy it gets converted to the potential energy. Now this water is allowed to fall on these turbines, and these turbines they start rotating. These turbines they start to rotate, and when these turbines they rotate, the mechanical energy, or we can say this rotational energy is converted into the kinetic energy with the help of this dynamo. तो ये dynamo का क्या function है? To convert this mechanical energy into the electrical energy. Now this electrical energy is stored in the power stations. कहाँ पर store होती है? In the power stations, or what we can say in the power houses. Is that clear students? Now see students, there are some advantages of creating these dams as well as there are some disadvantages of creating these dams. So now we will discuss what are the advantages of creating these dams as well as what are disadvantages of creating these dams. Now see students, there are some advantages as well as disadvantages of constructing these dams which are used for the production of electricity in the hydroelectric power plant. So what are the advantages? It is very renewable source of energy. We can say the water is the renewable source of energy. Water जो है ये energy का renewable source होता है which can be renewed within a short period of time. यानी after every rainfall the water or we can say it gets renewed. After that the second point is low cost generation and maintenance. If once the dams are constructed then they need very little cost for the generation of electricity and for the maintenance of those dams. After that relatively long life कि once they are created so they stay for a very long time or we can say long life, but we can say they have relatively the long life. After that they are pollution free. They do not create any kind of pollution and they are very beneficial for our economic growth. How? They act as a tourist spot. टूरिस्ट स्पॉट के तौर पे ये एक्ट करते हैं और वी कैन से द लॉट ऑफ पीपल दे वांट टू सी दैट काइंड ऑफ स्टेशन सो दे एक्ट एज अ टूरिस्ट स्पॉट व्हिच हेल्प इन द ग्रोथ ऑफ द इकोनॉमी ऑफ अ कंट्री एज वेल एज वी कैन मेक फिश कल्चर या पिशी कल्चर दैट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड टू बी द फिश कल्चर. इट इज पिशी कल्चर. The different types of fishes they can be grown there inside those dams because the water is present in a huge amount. Now let's see the disadvantages of building the dams. What are the disadvantages? The high initial investment. In the very starting we need a large amount of money. यानी स्टार्टिंग में हमें बहुत सारी मनी उसमें इन्वेस्ट करनी पड़ती है. तो what we can say it is high initial investment. After that removal of forest and cultivable lands to make the dams यानी डैम्स को बनाने के लिए क्या करना पड़ता है? Lot of cultivable lands they gets destroyed as well as we can say most of the forest they are mostly developed in the areas of forest. So forests are to be removed first so it becomes very much we can say disadvantageous for the forest. So here it is removal of forest and cultivable lands takes place. Now not possible on all the rivers and in all the areas. So what we can say कि ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हम हर river पर dam बना सकते हैं because so many rivers are seasonal rivers only. So dams can be constructed on those rivers which are flowing throughout the year. Okay students, thanks all for this topic. Students, now we are discussing with the next conventional source of energy that is biomass. The biomass we can say different types of fuels are used or we can say the sources of fuels is called as the biomass. So generally the sources of fuels which we are using in our daily life that is either the plants or the animals. Or we can say either the plant products or they are the animal products. So what very firstly we will define what is a biomass. The sources of fuel are called to be the biomass and those sources of fuel are either the plants or they are the animals. Either the plants are the sources or the animals products are the sources of our fuels. So after that what we can say that wood it burned with the limited supply of oxygen. Whenever the wood is burned in limited supply of oxygen कि लकड़ी को जब भी हम limited supply of oxygen में उसको burn करते हैं तो क्या होता है? Water and volatile substance they gets removed. The water which is present in the wood as well as the volatile substance which is present in the wood they gets removed through it. वो उसमें से remove हो जाते हैं. Only the charcoal is left behind. जो बचता है वो सिर्फ क्या बचता है हमारे पास? Charcoal. That charcoal burns without the flame and we can say it is quite smokeless. It is smokeless. तो कहते हैं charcoal which is produced by the burning of the wood it is burns without the flame. It burns without the flame, and it is comparatively smokeless as comparison to the other fuels. So this was about the plant products. So plant products, very first we have discussed about the wood. कि wood को जब भी limited supply of oxygen में burn किया जाएगा, तो it produce we can say the water and volatile substances present in it they gets removed, and after that the charcoal is left behind. That charcoal burns without the flame. वो जो charcoal होगा वो without flame उसकी क्या होगी, burning होगी, and comparatively it is smokeless in the nature. So now we are discussing with the animal, we can say products. So animal products like the cow dung, vegetable waste as well as sewage waste, they are decomposed in the absence of oxygen. कि अगर animal products के बारे में हम बात करते हैं तो we can take an example of the cow dung, after that vegetable waste, sewage, etc. So they all are decomposed in the absence of oxygen. Oxygen की absence में उन सभी को क्या किया जाता है, decompose किया जाता है and gives out a gas which is called as the biogas. And that biogas is produced in the biogas plants. वो जो biogas produce होती है that is produced in the biogas plants. तो देखिए biogas plants के बारे में यहाँ पर हम discuss करेंगे. The biogas plant is something like this. कुछ इस तरह का structure होता है which is used up, which is made up of the bricks, जो कि ईंटों से बनाया जाता है with the help of cement. Now let's see. There is an inlet pipe. एक inlet part होता है biogas plant में, and biogas plant has a dome shaped structure. एक dome shaped structure उसके अंदर होता है which is called as the digester. As well as it contains the outlet part. ये हमारे पास outlet area होता है through which the biogas plant as well as different types of fertilizers are to be outletted. So now see कि what happens or we can say what is the working of this biogas plant. किस तरह से ये काम करता है. तो देखिए students, very firstly we will prepare a slurry. एक slurry, एक घोल हम तैयार करेंगे किसका, cow dung, vegetable waste, सीवेज वेस्ट एंड सम अदर एनिमल प्रोडक्ट्स. कुछ और अगर हमारे पास एनिमल प्रोडक्ट्स हैं तो उन सभी की क्या हम एक स्लरी तैयार करेंगे, घोल तैयार करेंगे. दैट स्लरी इज फेड थ्रू द इनलेट पार्ट. वो जो स्लरी है वो इनलेट पार्ट के थ्रू इसमें फेड की जाएगी एंड इट विल स्टे हियर इन द डाइजेस्टर टैंक. ये डाइजेस्टर टैंक के अंदर रहेगी एटलीस्ट फॉर 10 to 15 डेज. 10 से 15 दिन के लिए जब ये यहाँ पर इस डाइजेस्टर टैंक में रहेगी तो क्या होगा, द बैक्टीरिया दे विल एक्ट अपॉन दिस स्लरी. बैक्टीरिया इस स्लरी के ऊपर एक्ट करेगा in the absence of oxygen, यानी anaerobic conditions यहाँ पर है. क्यों? Because the oxygen is absent here. So what we can say, the bacteria they will decompose this slurry in the absence of oxygen. Oxygen की absence में इसे क्या करेगा, decompose करेगा. And after that the different gases are produced. इसके अंदर gas produce होगी which is called to be the biogas. उसी को हम biogas कहेंगे. That gas will be removed out through this gas outlet and will be used for the different purposes. After that this slurry we can say the residues which are left behind, जो part हमारे पास decompose होकर के जो gas release हुई that has been already taken out, वो बाहर निकाल ली गई है. But here some residues are left. कुछ फिर भी यहाँ पर residues हमारे पास बच गए हैं. Those residues are to be left out through this area. इस reason से that is the outlet reason. ये हमारे we can say biogas plant का outlet reason होगा और इस reason से उस we can say क्या है हमारे पास यहाँ पर, क्या है, this is undigested residues. These undigested residues will be taken out through this outlet part and they will be used as the fertilizers. उन्हीं को हम fertilizers के तौर पर future में use कर सकते हैं to grow our crops. तो देखिए यहाँ पर जो गैसेस प्रोड्यूस होती हैं जनरली वो कौन कौन सी गैसेस होती है, दैट इज मीथेन. जो मीथेन है सबसे ज्यादा वो गैस यहाँ पर प्रोड्यूस होती है, मीथेन. इट इज CH3. मीथेन गैस सबसे ज्यादा यहाँ पर प्रोड्यूस होती है और जो गैसेस होती है उसका 75% कौन सी गैस होती है हमारे पास, मीथेन गैस. इज इट क्लियर? आफ्टर दैट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज ऑल्सो प्रोड्यूस्ड. Hydrogen is also produced as well as hydrogen sulfide is also produced. different gases यहाँ पर produce होती है. कौन कौन सी होती हैं? That is methane, hydrogen sulfide as well as carbon dioxide. So what we can say, the 75% of the produced gases is only the methane gas. और मीथेन गैस जो होती है वो मैक्सिमम प्रोड्यूस होती है. What we can say, it is produced 75%. जो टोटल हमारे पास आउटलेट होता है गैसेस का, उस 100 में से 75% कौन सी गैस होती है? That is only the methane gas. So what we can say, why this methane gas? अब ये मीथेन गैस है, ये मोस्टली यूज की जाती है. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का यूज नहीं होता, हाइड्रोजन का भी कम ही यूज करते हैं. वेरी लिटिल अमाउंट ऑफ हाइड्रोजन गैस इज यूज्ड. सो मीथेन गैस को सबसे ज्यादा यूज क्यों किया जाता है? देयर आर सम रीजंस. तो देखिए हम अभी डिस्कस करते हैं क्या उसके रीजंस हो सकते हैं. वेरी फर्स्टली व्हाट वी कैन से, द मीथेन गैस इट इज स्मोकलेस. स्मोक ये प्रोड्यूस नहीं करती. तो व्हाट वी कैन से, इट इज पोल्यूशन फ्री. किसी तरह का कोई पोल्यूशन ये क्रिएट नहीं करेगी. Then we can say after its burning no residues are left. यानी ऐश वगैरह, राख वगैरह इसके बाद कुछ भी नहीं बचता. As burning the coal, जैसे हम कोल को बर्न करते हैं तो उसके बाद हमारे पास कुछ रेजिड्यूज बचते हैं. तो यहाँ अगर हम मीथेन गैस को बर्न करते हैं तो no residues are left. After that it is having very high effect, हाई हीटिंग इफेक्ट. काफी हीटिंग इफेक्ट होता है, यानी इसकी कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू जो होती है वो क्या होती है? हाई. By burning a little amount of methane gas, we can get large amount of energy. Okay, students, that's all for this topic. Thank you and have a nice day.